And now we're here again, my lovelies, my pretty boys. Hello, everyone. Gather round.
And the pretty girls.
It's time to go and see the show.
Non-binary.
It's FSI, don't you know?
We're not discriminatory.
No, I don't actually care enough to discriminate. That's the actual issue. Yeah. Wow, that was probably horribly annoying.
What?
Scooting your microphone.
Oh, sorry.
Well, either it's in there and I can just say that to make you sound like an asshole, or I cut it out. So...
Okay.
Everyone else already knows.
Screech.
So, yeah. So, if you haven't noticed, this is Blake.
And James.
But no Robbie. Robbie decided to get fucked up and destroy himself so that he is not able to be here. I briefly considered asking him if he wanted to just like Skype in or something like that. But I didn't want to.
Yeah, that'd be hard.
It might have been hard. It might have been fucking easy. I don't know. I didn't even try that hard.
Yeah. We could have. I guess we could have put him on like a.
Yeah, we could have just fucking put him on speakerphone or something.
Yeah.
I bet there's like someone's like you plug in two things, you spend 5 minutes in setting it up.
Oh yeah, there's someone who can do this in 2 seconds. Yeah. I bet, but
it also usually doesn't take people 7 hours to set up a fucking Let's Play like it did us last time.
We're figuring it out, one step at a time.
Dude, once it came together, it looked like we actually knew what we were doing.
I mean, I think it looks like a pretty good Let's Play, you know. And in the future, we could totally do like a backseat gaming thing. I feel like it.
Oh man. If we ever do that again, like, we can do that easily. If you don't know what you're talking about, the fuck are you doing on this show or on this show? You need to watch our Let's Play of Dark Souls 3. It was to celebrate our 1 year anniversary of doing Dice Casters, and it's fucking hysterical. If I do say so myself, Fragelto, the brave.
Fragelto. Yeah, I can't tell. Like. It'll definitely be fun for people watching it, but I think it's like both fun watching Blake play it and frustrating as a Dark Souls 3 player because you like wanted to steal the controller from him and just do it.
Do it for him.
This is how we're gonna do it.
That was half the fun of me doing it.
Yeah.
I don't want this just to be like, remember that moment in the Let's Play, but the fucking part where you guys were like trying to do like legit strategy with like, oh, maybe you can go to the life ring, or you can get the black bottle, the rusted coins, which just me being like, oh, I'm just gonna fuck with them.
Which has no use unless you know a fair amount of the game.
It's like one of those things you can use only if you know how to use it.
Yeah, it basically makes items drop better when you're farming, and that already takes knowledge on like who drops what and all that stuff.
It just sounded like the most useless item at the time, which is why
rusted
I wanted it.
Coin.
Rusted coins.
I'm gonna throw it underneath the foot of the boss and trip him and kill him.
If that somehow does blow up and like we need to do more of those, I'm just gonna be like, we're just gonna restart. I also remember that we saved Fragilto to our favorites, so we can just click Fragilto for the fucking face. I'm just like, all right, hand the controller to you guys. Fragilto. And then you guys get me right back to that exact point. Because according to Robbie, he can get there in 20 minutes, but we'll see about that.
Getting to where in 20 minutes?
The place where we left off that Let's Play.
Oh, yeah.
Kill the sword master?
That's totally, yeah.
No.
I think so.
Way too strong. I played Bloodborne and I played Dark Souls for at least 20 minutes. Or at least as long as I played that Let's Play. There was not 3 fucking bosses in a row to start that game. Any of those other games. What the fuck is up with Dark Souls 3? Be like, oh, have this crystal beast that has 6,000 hit points. Have the fucking sword guy has 6,000 hit points.
Just a cool optional thing. I think like all of Bloodborne is like that. Like every enemy is just fucking tough.
Yeah, they're tough, but I can I shoot them in the face with a shotgun and smack them with my saw sword and they'll go down. It's not like I had to sit there and shuck it and jive against the fucking kung fu master.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. Dark Souls 1 has something like that where you can fight like the boss immediately without any weapons.
Oh, what was that?
It's like the Asylum Demon.
Yeah, the Asylum Demon. But most people just sprint past it.
Yeah, most people. You're supposed
to die.
Yeah,
one of those two.
Yeah, you're supposed to sprint past or die, and like, no, you're just supposed to sprint past him. In Demon Souls, you're expected to die, but you can just punch him and whittle him if you want to.
Does it actually do anything? Actually beating them legit, or does it just like, oh, cool?
It just lets you skip it faster. Oh,
really? That should give you like a fucking free hand job or something.
The cool thing like I liked about the Lords of the Fallen game is that it is heavy. It is basically heavy souls because it adds weight to everything. But like if every boss has like a challenge modifier, so if you kill the first boss without taking any damage, you get like a special boss weapon instead of just your average boss weapon.
That's cool.
so it has like extra stats and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And every boss had something like that, which is kind of cool. Yeah, it's like either not taking damage or something like that.
I always appreciate that instead of. There's some games where I can see that the appeal of Dark Souls 90% of the time is just, hey, good job, you did the game. You do the game that you like really well. But sometimes there just needs to be a tangible thing, like, oh, like, you subverted the game's expectations, so here's a reward. Like, you beat the thing that we were supposed to shit on you with, so here's an extra thing.
Yeah. I think Lords of the Fallen does a good job with that. They even have, like, little, explosive achievements come on the screen, and, like, challenge completed. Yeah. I haven't played Surge yet, which is, like, robot Dark Souls.
I know, I saw that, and then now they're coming out with an expansion where it turns into robot Dark Souls in the Old West with zombies.
I guess I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah,
I know the second one's coming out and it looks faster, which seems appealing to me. Mm-hmm. But who knows? And then there's Japanese Dark Souls.
Is that Neo?
Well, yeah, there's Neo. I meant like the new one they're coming out with.
Oh,
the guy's like a robot hand.
That's Sekyoku or whatever.
Something like that.
Yeah, that is Dark Souls though. Same guys.
Yeah, same people. That's.
Which we made that trailer come out.
Yeah, totally. They're like, we need to push this trailer out. These guys are going
to... They will ruin us. They make the game a disgrace.
That's a racist.
No, it's not. That's how he sounded.
Let them fight.
Let them fight. You just want to see two giant monsters fight. Yes, it's good.
Yes, let them fight.
Speaking of Japanese things that are coming out, did you know there's a My Hero Academia movie coming out next week?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it takes... I don't know if you're
live action or
no, it's like it's an animated movie.
Okay,
it takes place between season 2 and 3. It's like, oh, while you guys were on off season, they went to go to this extra island, separate from everything else, except everybody went there
in this isolated environment. Perfect for a movie.
Perfect for something that we can happen and never talk about again.
Never talk about again or reference at any time.
Man, this was a really hard moment in our life where we all almost died. Let's never mention it again.
I mean, if it's traumatizing enough, I suppose.
Yeah.
But that sounds cool. I mean, does it look interesting?
The weirdest thing to me is that the thing you can tell about the art style of My Hero is that they distinctly go out of their way to make All Might look like he's an American comic book hero. Mm-hmm. Like, that's why he has so much shading. That's why his eyes and his face always have shadow on him no matter what. It's because they're trying to emulate, like, if you look at a DC comic, there's shadows everywhere, even if it wouldn't make any sense for there to be a shadow. Mm-hmm. And, like, 2 points of that is, like, it makes him look solid as fuck, and it makes him look distinct. And the idea is, okay, he's an American superhero type of thing. The movie is All Might when he was basically interning in America.
Interning?
Like, you know how like they kind of do like... They did that intern thing.
Yeah.
He kind of does something like that in America with his best friend David Shield, who he's never talked about before.
Shield.
It's really funny. I watched the dub and it's really funny. I don't know why. I'm fucking horrible, but it's just really funny to hear a Japanese person like just throw out an American name and they're like, they're sitting there, they're doing their beautiful Japanese language, David the Shield.
David.
And it's like, well,
David.
All right, David Shield. But yeah, and it's like,
so the movie's already out, or is that just
out in Japan, I think, but it's coming out September. The dub is coming out in theaters September 25th through October 2nd. And I need to find time to go see it. I know it's at the Alamo and it's at Berrywood, the place right next to us.
That could be fun. Mm-hmm. That'd be cool if the Alamo had like a special drink for it.
Yeah, like the fucking All Might drink or something like that.
Yeah, the All Might. It's just like something fucking strong as fuck.
Be like
just bourbon. I bet it'd be whiskey.
Do something Deku inspired where you drink one shot of it and you're fucking done.
You're done. Yeah. Because I remember one time there's like some Fantastic Four movie out. That's not the movie I was watching, but like it had it's like something fruity and it had Laffy Taffy on it to represent Mr. Fantastic.
Mr. Fantastic, really stretchy and stuff.
Yeah, I thought that was funny and creative.
Did you go see Ant-Man 2 at the Alamo? They had a special menu that was this big. I'm holding up tiny fingers. Imagine a Post-it note, or not even like a stamp. A stamp size menu, and they gave you a magnifying glass to look at it with.
That's amazing.
It had like it was like ant wings or something like that.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's always cool when they do flavorful stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like when I saw the Deadpool first movie.
They had little masks.
No, they gave me like a little action figure.
Oh!
Yeah, and he's sitting on the toilet with a newspaper.
What? Where? Do you still have that?
I'd have to look for it because it's probably hidden somewhere
No,
in my memories.
Whenever I went, they just had like a little Deadpool mask that was also the menu for the special menu.
That's cool.
not
I like the
as
action
cool.
figure
Yeah.
better. I'm gonna try to ask for another one for my birthday, and it's like still Deadpool, and he's like taking a selfie with a little plastic phone of him holding a bunch of unicorns.
Okay.
It just looks goofy as fuck, and the little plastic phone, you can see an image of him and all the unicorns and everything. It's just really nerdy and
That's
on the
cool.
topic of Deadpool.
Is it just like a little statue?
Yeah, it's like a little mini,
Okay.
like a D&D mini.
Okay, that's cool.
I need to get more of those if I'm gonna do the campaign I'm planning out, but
Man, the cost so fucking much.
they do.
Like,
They do.
I'm sure to a lot of people, $1 for a tiny piece of plastic isn't that much, but it fucking adds up. And then
I couldn't even find any for that cheap. Like,
you can find the ones that are like super generic, like they're like orc, and it's just like, you know, a squat little thing going. Meh!
yeah,
Well, you can't really find like really hero looking ones. You have to do like Hero Forge or go buy like the ones that are like $5 a piece and stuff like that.
I keep seeing like this Magic the Gathering box. It's like a game set with the Planewalkers, but you can just buy it for cheap. I guess like they're cheap minis, pretty
Right.
much. Like you just buy it for that, but it is also a game.
Right.
Yeah, man, I need a mat too.
Mats are actually easy enough. You just go to
Right now, I'm just dumping it all on my birthday.
there's a
See if
place
someone gets it for me.
in Overland Park, and it's actually an entire game shop that me and Robbie went to. And that's where we got my mat, and that's $30.
What's it called?
Tabletop
Tabletop. That's cool.
in Overland Park. Just Google tabletop.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
Then, yeah.
I'd like a Hero Forge thing sometime,
Yeah.
but they're pricey.
That's one of those things where I keep going, that would be what I get everyone for their birthday, and then I get there, I'm like, oh, look at my wallet. It's fucking decimated by bills.
It's like $20 for at least a half decent one with no color.
It's $20, yeah. It's for the ones that you can't even paint. I can paint them halfway decently. I just have to worry about getting one that's paintable.
Just $100 for a bronze.
Fucking, well, it is made of fucking metal. I can understand it.
That's so cool though. It's so like immaculate. Yeah, just that'd be cool though. He has to be a god
Yeah.
in the game.
I always want one of those. I literally made every one of my characters in Hero Forge just because it's like,
Just fun.
yeah. In case for whatever reason I fucking win the lottery, I'll still be like, I don't know. It's just fucking. Actually, at that point, I was buying myself a 3D printer because then you can just print off the image itself.
If we ever got to the point where we could do a D&D like game, like and stream it or podcast it or film it, and we got like funds for it, I think it'd be super awesome to have like Hero Forge stuff.
Then that's one of those things I would do where I'd have like the little like raising money for, and it's just like how like, you know, $50
like
every
the
$50
tip jar. Yeah.
because they have like the things where it's like what your goal is, like every $50.
Are you talking about Twitch?
Like Streamlabs where they have like because you can get the tip jar. The tip jar. You can get the tip jar, or you can get like a bar that goes up for every time you get money, and it says like $500 out of 1,000 or whatever.
Yeah, that's probably what I'll do if I get good, like if I have enough followers, because I don't want to come off as like, you know, like money.
See,
like,
that's the weird thing. Like, okay, so I follow a lot of like D&D Twitch streamers and stuff on Twitch or on Twitter, and like the main thing they keep kind of throwing up is like, don't worry about making money off of this hobby. Like, do it because it's fun. Like, stream and everything for it's fun. It's like, well, of course, but wouldn't it be fucking rad to make money doing what you love?
Yeah.
As opposed to having to fucking like kill yourself being a lunch lady.
Yeah, and that's. I'm sorry.
My back hurts.
My fucking back hurts. None of these kids thank me.
No, they do, and it's annoying.
Right. Oh, it's annoying, and I hate
There's
it.
one girl that knows my name, and she's like, "Thanks, Blake." I'm
Oh.
like, why do you say it like that?
What do you say like that?
But that's the thing. It's like, it's easy enough to say like, don't worry about making money when you already make money doing what you like doing. But if it's like, this is what I want to do in order to be happy, it's like then that's what drives people to want to fucking bust their ass on that.
Yeah, and I will bust my ass on it, but like I feel like if you do that from the get-go, like it makes people not interested because it feels like you're I don't know, selling out maybe.
Right.
But if it got to the point where I could keep, like, if we could keep ourselves up financially doing it,
if we could put,
then hell yeah, do that like as a full-time job, like put in the hours, and I'd love doing that. It wouldn't even feel like work,
Right.
But
especially I think if we have, like, there's a lot of people I see that like they're like kind of like solo acts where it's like all they do is stream and then edit videos for YouTube and then stream and then do this and that. It's like that, I can see why that would be taxing, but if we could spread it out between 3 broskies, then it might be a lot of fun.
For sure. Yeah. Pretty much just editing, merch, and editing.
Social media. Social media engagement.
Yeah, and advertising. I think are all decent branches in their own right.
Yeah.
But totally have to overlap at some points for sure. But yeah, it'd be cool.
Especially if you find any one of those things to be fun. Like, I fucking love editing. The fucking making this Let's Play has been so much fucking fun.
Yeah.
Even making that tiny trailer that we made just to announce that we're going to start doing, like, stuff on Twitch was just so much fucking fun, even though it's 2 minutes. I still watch it every now and again.
And it has been cool to see, like our, like, a little TV that you made with, like, the logo inside. I think that's cool and, like, creative. And, I mean, I think our logo could make, like, awesome, like, merch, personally.
Yeah, like,
it's a cool logo.
That's what happens when you go to school.
Yeah, it's
you
useful.
learn what the
Holy
fuck
crap.
you're doing.
Yeah. But yeah, it's cool that, like, you have fun with that, and it's, like, what you went to college for, because, like, I don't know, like, I'll do stuff at my work, and, like, yeah, you get that good feeling of, like, yeah, this person's a little bit better and stuff like that, and they can go home and walk again. But
but it's what I love. I love making people walk again. Is that really what I want to do for the rest of my life?
But
I wish I could just play video games instead of curing people.
But the way that my work is set up, and that some health places are like, is that, like, health insurance in some places will just want to, like, cram as many patients as possible in a tiny time frame. So you're doing that, but with, like, 3 people at once, and you're micromanaging all of them. So, like, sometimes I'm really worried that some people aren't getting, like, the care that they deserve because I'm too busy with 2 other people to really watch them do their exercises, which ideally I feel like is what you should be doing. So then I start to feel like obviously I want everyone to have their own time, but I have to do what my job tells me to do. So I feel like I'm like almost a part of disenfranchising people because they're spending so much money to go there.
Whoa. Dude. It's fucking heavy.
I'm opening the bottle on this.
Fucking blowing open big pharma and big insurance.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it helps some people, a lot of people, and that's good. But it really sucks when I'm like, one person just, like, has to sit there and wait for me, and they're paying for that, and not everyone knows that they pay, like, on a timely basis. So, like, I hope, like, I don't know if my boss does or other people in my work do, but, like, say they spend, like, 20 minutes there, just sitting, like, that's enough time for them to be charged a unit of like, billing and stuff like that.
Right.
Sorry, I forgot what I was saying.
Something about wanting to live your passions and stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. Just want to not get the sensation that I'm ripping people off, I suppose.
All right, y'all. Since this James guy just split. I had to cut it out, but he went on some kind of weird racist tirade. He started talking about Seoul, South Korea, saying how it was the best place on earth and that America needs to get in line with a lot of their stuff. Now they're the superior race,
and that he wants to burn all the white people. And I try to talk him down. I try to say, James, this is incorrect, sir. I don't think you should be going on this course, this line of thinking, because it's very dangerous, and especially in this kind of a political correctness climate. I don't think you should be supporting some kind of racist against white people, some white genocide. He says, no, sir. No, sir. I want all the white people to die. I want them all gone. I want them exterminated. And I was like, wow, this is a new development for you being a white man and all. He goes, I know. I hate myself. And I was like, okay, well, James, but that doesn't mean all white people need to die. And he said to me, he says, yes, it does. All of them. All of them need to go. I don't like me. I don't like you. I don't like Steve. And I was like, Steve? What did Steve ever do? He goes, you know what he did? He white. And I was like, wow, it's powerful. He goes, yep. I mean, he stormed out of here. I tried, I kind of let him know, like, yeah, sure, I guess let's get rid of all the white people. I think he went out to go do something about it. I don't know. I only agreed with him so that he would try to calm down a little bit. I think I accidentally fired him up, which I believe was the wrong idea. Oh no! Hi, James. I wasn't saying anything. Okay. Well, welcome back to the show, guys. James, I wasn't saying anything about you or your genocide of the white people.
Wow.
But how was your
That does not
how was the
sound
thing you
at
were
all
doing?
like me.
Well, I'm glad you feel that way now. Speaking of where we left off talking about our dreams and hope and aspirations, so I really think this wrestling podcast has legs. No, I'm kidding, of course. But I don't know. Have you been thinking of anything you wanted to do for the channel or anything like that? Because I really fucking
for dice casters or
anything, just FSI, because like fucking doing that Let's Play was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And if that wasn't such a pain in the ass and took up so much time, that could definitely be something I see us trying to do a lot more often.
Yeah, I mean, if we had more free time, that'd be awesome to do.
Mm-hmm.
And we could take turns.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. I mean, it doesn't even have to be Dark Souls. It can be any game, really.
Right.
I think that could be cool. I'd really like to do a D&D campaign.
Mm-hmm.
That's like videoed, and it'd be hard to do because everyone needs to pick up their own audio and everything.
Right. I feel like as long as we have this setup we have, this little 3 mic setup, if we just fucking arrange them in like a ball in the center.
Mm-hmm.
Burping.
I don't think that muted it like at all.
No, but I know when I started burping. But if we
Sorry.
This place goes off the rails without Robbie here. Fucking white genocide and burping.
What the hell?
So, what the fuck? My brain just
Nobody
got
better
shut off.
think that I'm a racist after this is over, because I'm not.
Well, no. Except against the white people, apparently.
I guess. I don't know what the heck you're saying while I'm gone.
I didn't say anything.
I took my lovely dog out for a walk, and he's spreading lies.
God damn, I got completely derailed by that fucking burp. I don't remember what the fuck we were doing.
Things we'd like to do for the channel.
Okay, so, the mic setup. Yeah, we could do it. We could do that. If at the very least, if we just had them spread out enough, we could probably pick up a lot of shit. Yeah, I mean, really, if we did some form of 2-camera setup, like if we just did like a laptop at one end with its camera, then we had like another camera catching the board.
Yeah, I guess we could do that for any game too. Like Blake keeps talking about like some kind of tabletop game that he has ready to go.
Which, guys, by the way, tune in next week, because we're gonna have a special guest. We should have the whole clan back together, and an extra special man named AJ, who you guys get to meet. He's an army man, or it might be offensive to say that. He's a Marine.
Air Force man.
Air Force?
I think he's an Air Force mechanic.
You know what? He shoots guns and saves the world.
He does Army stuff.
And Colin Kaepernick greatly offends him. I don't know if that's true at all.
Yeah.
Let's put that asterisk up there. He's just in the armed forces. Let's say that.
Yep.
And he's gonna be here, and we're gonna do as much stuff with him while he's here as we can. One of those things is gonna be the secret game I've been telling them about, because the beautiful thing about it is that it requires no fucking minis, no board at all. It's just talking, and it's like all theater of the mind stuff. And it's just absolute nonsense, and
so
I can't wait.
No dice or anything?
There's dice.
Okay.
But the dice, it's you just roll it.
Oh.
It's one of those. It's one of those things where it's not like 14 plus 17 that or whatever.
Yeah, but there's like a room for like not really skill, but like
it is a very introductory,
chance
friendly game. Oh yeah, and yeah,
that's cool.
I cannot wait. It's gonna be so much fun. You know, we might. Fuck, my mouth was wet for that one. We might. Well, that's not been recording. Let's just go ahead and click that off. We might live stream that. We might not. I just need to figure out if I can get a webcam that's not just my shitty laptop one going. If not, I probably would do fine if we just satellite right here. I'm pointing at the end of a table.
DM at the other end.
Yeah, that'd be me. I'll be the master.
The master.
Because only this person that understands this stupid game.
I swear to God, if it's wrestling.
No. I mean, it might be. It literally could be wrestling.
Okay.
If that's what happens.
Huh. Okay.
It's that. I can't.
Like I swear to God, like we're playing WrestleMania. Roll D20 to wrestle.
I'm just, well, I would hate to break the news to you, James, but there's like 5 wrestling RPGs.
I know. There has to be. I mean, I don't know that specifically.
I was like, James, how do you know this information?
But I figured
there's some that are like really complicated, where it's like you have where you have to do each individual. Like if you watch a wrestling match, where it's like, oh, he does a headlock, he does this, he does that, and the match ebbs and flows. There's stuff where it's like it does that, and you get basically points more or less. It's more like a game, like a board game, than an actual RPG kind of a thing. And there's like a really detailed one like that, and then there's just a D20 version where it's like, I do a punch, all right, cool, I succeeded. Well, now. But then there's other wrestling games where it's basically like D&D 3rd edition, where it's like, I do a wrestling move on you, apparently your guy just stands up and does a wrestling move back to me, where it's fucking ridiculous, but they run the gambit. There's some where it's like super detailed, where it would actually emulate a wrestling match, and there's some where it's like someone just fucking went in and slapped a different coat of paint on Dungeons and Dragons, kind of like how we did in that campaign that one time.
Campaign?
In the future campaign.
Oh. I think.
The one where you punched a guy, then dove out of the ring at him. We played a whole session.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Sorry.
Good old times.
I haven't been with his group for a minute.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll talk about that more some other time. But no, this game will be fun. And then hopefully we can do... What I would like for us to be able to do is do a Dice Casters, where basically I'm going to ask him to basically do a Q&A at us for most of the episode. And like basically us just going back at him with like, here's how you can get started. And since he will have like the questions kind of on top of his head, seeing as he's never done any of it before, it would be kind of like an interesting way to like for us to bounce back. Yeah. Like a here's how to get started thing. Do one of these just general podcasts as well, our loosen up exercise, and then hopefully we can do that game. And that game does not take very much time at all. It's probably like a hour game max.
So there's like a definite end to it.
There's 3 levels to it, basically. It's like it's fun. I can't. Cause I've watched people do. I've watched a few people do Let's Plays of it. Basically, the only limitation is how limiting you want to be with your imagination.
Yeah.
But oh goodness, it's gonna be great fun.
It's gonna be so good.
The other thing I was wanting to do, if we ever wanted to change it up, is for one, when we were talking about on Dice Casters, doing like a Dice Casters review type of thing where we watch like Dungeons and Dragons movies and stuff like that, and then just like fucking bash on it or fucking praise it, whatever.
That could be funny.
Like the best thing to do is just to watch the original Dungeons and Dragons movie. It's Matthew Lillard and Jeremy Irons.
All right, yeah, there's at least a couple out there.
Mm-hmm. The Book of Darkness, Dark Arcana, or whatever that thing is.
Yeah.
Mazes and Monsters, Skullduggery.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to think of what else we could do.
The other thing I thought of, like, if we just wanted to slightly shift my idea for the wrestling podcast, would be another show just called, like, the Show and Tell Show, where, like, we'd be like whatever thing Robbie plays or watches or does that neither of us do, and he's like, here, you guys do this for a second, and then, like, us not knowing that much about it and having just maybe, like, I don't know, for instance, if he was like, you guys have to watch the show we always talk about, Black Flag, or Black Sails, where it's a pirate show. We go and watch like the first episode, and then since he knows everything, and we try to just talk about it based off that one episode, or if I'm like, you guys need to go watch fucking New Japan Wrestling or some shit, or you're like, you need to, I don't even know what you do. It seems like you're
study and work.
Eat boiled chicken and tell you what you like about it.
I work and I study, and I stream sometimes.
Stream is fun. You had a lot of streamers today.
I did. I had, I think,
6 at max when I saw.
6 viewers max and like 4 chatters max.
That's awesome. That's way more than I had.
That may not sound like a lot, but that's a lot.
That's a lot for nothing.
At ground zero.
That's literally an infinity more 6 times over than I've ever had. Because 0 times whatever else is going to be infinite.
None of them followed, unfortunately, except Blake, who's watching.
Yes.
He's a good friend.
Did I come in like halfway through that stream or something?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately I had to stream early in the morning because that's the only time I know where I'm not going to bother anyone else doing it. Yeah,
that's the rough thing about having people that live in your house, is that you have to tell them to shut the fuck up! But you don't do that because you, like, both of us are just the kind of people that are like,
hey, if it wouldn't be too much trouble, I just I would really like to do this thing if it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, when you're living with other people, you have to respect them too. So maybe someday we'll have 2-bed, 2-bath apartments
where you can shut the door off and fucking throw
soundproof
some stuff. That thing's like, that'd be the goal.
The dream.
Oh, that'd be the dream. Oh.
Let's see, it's like, I don't know, $800 to $900 for 1 bed, 1 bath.
Fucking yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how, like, so
my 1 bath that I have right now is fucking almost $1,000.
Ugh, man.
It's only like, it's a thing. It's like, well, you can find 2 bedrooms for like $800, but you're gonna be paying for that kind of quality.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like fucking walls made out of mold.
Yeah. And then like you see shows on
like House Hunters and stuff.
Well, yeah, but like there's this one showing off like New York apartments. And some of them are as ridiculous as you expect. Like, everything's pristine, clean, the house makes coffee for you, the windows automatically come up as you walk outside. But like there's like, it showed like this one apartment is like downtown or something like that. And it looks like crap. The whole area looks like crap, and I doubt it's next to anything important or busy wise. And it's like, I pay like $1,500 for this apartment, and it's like, it looks like it's like 500, 600 square feet. It looks like they live in a shoebox. Yeah, I don't know how a single person can live out there.
But see, I
just don't comprehend it.
I don't know how it works. I know people are like, oh, the cost of living and all this other stuff. Like, there's no fucking way that I could double how much I pay for where I live, basically no matter what job I have.
Yeah, I mean, like, you could say, like, live with your friends, but, like, man, like, get a 3-bed, 3-bath apartment with that area. Like,
that's gonna be fucking $40,000 a year.
Yeah, like.
But then there's, on the other side of that coin, there's shows like House Hunters. I don't know if you've watched this fucking shit, but they'll be like, my name's Betsy, and I collect stamps for a living, and I recycle coffee, and my husband is a salamander farmer, and
Salamander farmer.
and he scrapes the stuff off the bottom of people's feet, and our budget is $6 billion. Like they're fucking ridiculous. Like I'm a part-time teacher, and my husband's a fucking part-time Netflix watcher, and somehow they still have a $1 million budget for a fucking house. I don't know what's going on.
I know, like, I feel like most of the interest of that show is just figuring out what the heck those people do for a living.
Mm-hmm.
It's
absurd.
Yeah.
I don't know how they fucking, like, it's always like something that, like, you should not be able to have $1 million budget. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, like, I'm trying to figure out, like, how I can afford living on part-time, just one part-time, so I can study more, but, like, I just don't feel like it's possible unless I can do what I'm currently doing, and it's unlikely. But
I have 2 part-time jobs. That's how I'm doing it.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
No.
It's 7 days a week.
Is that by purpose, or are you
No.
looking for full-time?
I'm trying to find full-time, but it's like okay, so since we live in the middle of the country that we live in, and I went to school for film, and the cool thing about going to school for film in the middle of the country is that there are no jobs for film in the middle of the country.
Yeah.
So like I can Google up and be like, okay, Austin, Texas, which is where I want to move, or like LA or New York, and I can be like video editor because I'm going for video editing. I do video editing. That's what I do, and I can find 1 billion jobs. There's fucking 100 jobs for video editors anywhere except for in Missouri. So then if I broaden that out to film, I want to do some kind of media thing, and I'm doing a lot of hand motions around my microphone to do the motion of anything. And there's one option, and that is you can be an entry-level media expert, specialist consultant, that is a contractor, and he also works full-time hours, and the restriction of the job is like, this is a good spot to start at. You need to have 5 years of experience. You're going to work with the customer to build the strategy on your own, and then you're going to execute the strategy on your own, and then you're going to be responsible for do everything by yourself.
Totally entry level.
Yeah, $12 an hour.
I know, and like the most annoying. So like it's always really. I apologize if you're a baby boomer and you happen to be watching this.
No, they're not.
But it is extremely frustrating when they make it sound super easy when their time at our level was not the same at all. Like, until you feel the frustration of applying for a bachelor's level degree job and get offered $12 an hour for it, you do not get to have a say.
Yeah. And the main thing that they'll point to is, well, you should have gotten a job or went to a career field where that's less crowded or something like that. Like the main thing, like I'll always click on this one thing I always see on, if you follow Twitter and you're on follow an account called WTF Facts, about once a week they post the fact that millennials are the highest educated, lowest paying generation. I don't actually give a fuck about that stat or whatever. What I love is that every comment is butthurt baby boomers going, well, liberal arts degrees don't count. You can't. Common sense isn't the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's an argument to be had about like certain degree paths that maybe universities shouldn't offer. Like, I can't think of one off the top of my head, but there's plenty
of art history majors.
Yeah, like.
Sorry.
But
you should pick up art history while you're doing something else. There's a fucking film history degree. Fucking be a filmmaker. You will learn film history all along the way.
Yeah, like but that's more of a play on how universities scam students, less than students choosing which, because at that, like, we should be conscious choosing what we choose, but at the same time, like, we're kids at that point.
We really are.
Like, not all of us have parents guiding us through the whole experience. Some of our parents haven't even went to college, and we're just figuring this out.
Yeah.
And yeah, and it's just, thrown to the fire, pick one. Hopefully you pick right. And like luckily I feel like I'm at least moderately successful, but I want to go back to do something different, and it's going to be a fucking challenge. But
the main issue is that, rightly so, we've been told basically since kindergarten, hey, make sure you're gonna go finish high school, go through college, and get a good job. But and then they're also kind of throwing that back in your face. Well, everybody finished high school, everybody went to college, and everybody is getting the jobs that they wanted. But the problem is now that since everybody has those skills, those are the basic requirements for a job, is to have $20,000 in debt to start your job. And when you have everybody, all of your qualified applicants, I have 50 qualified applicants I can choose from. They all have awesome degrees. I can fucking charge whatever I want for this position. It doesn't even matter. It's not like I have the one person I'm chasing or something like that.
And it's just, I learned like luckily I was pretty fortunate with my associate's degree, but like the associate's degree now is just the high school diploma.
It is a high school diploma.
You're just expected to have it regardless. And a bachelor's degree, it's not literally an associate's, but like it's on like valuable terms, I should say.
Yeah.
Like that is what you need out of a college degree.
It is a bare minimum.
Yeah. And man, I'm hoping to go to an online school. Hopefully it'll be more affordable. And it's supposed to be quicker, but at the same time I gotta worry because it's a new thing. And who knows if it could go back at my face or not.
Well, okay, I'm just saying that, and I know not everyone's the same, but I went through my entire, like half my high school, my entire college career, having at least part-time jobs, and a lot of time had full-time jobs. It's not that fucking hard. It's not that hard to do. It also, it depends on the career path, and it depends on how, like, I don't learn by studying, I learn by doing. And since my career path was a lot of doing, that's that's obviously different than having to stare at code and learn that. Yeah. But I mean, if you could, just if they gave you like practices and stuff like that, that's a different thing.
And at the point I am right now, I'm at the start, so like I'm trying to take in all this information at once because I have to get a certification to be eligible for the program. So maybe the reason why it's so hard right now is just because I have to siphon all this from nothing and just get a base for it, and then after I know that, maybe it'll translate better. But yeah, it'll be a challenge. It'll be fun. Not really, but it'll be fun. Hopefully after I graduate.
Yeah, and you
get that fantastic job everyone tells me about after I get 10 years of experience.
Yeah, that is the most mind-boggling thing. Like, this is not even a joke. Like, if you like look up nowadays, just Google entry level and then whatever your dream job is. Like sure, you might be a fucking mechanic right now and you make $25 an hour, but it's like when you were a fucking kid, when you were like, man, wouldn't it be great to be a fucking astronaut or whatever. Okay, astronaut's a fucking terrible example, Blake. That is literally the worst example for an experience.
I can kind of give an example. Like,
right.
So there's a lot of, like, if you search up like software engineer intern, it'll say 0 to 2 years of experience, which seems nice. And then you don't need a degree as long as you can show that you know some stuff. But then when they list all the stuff that you need to know, it is a huge list
of stuff you couldn't.
And in there they must have this many years of experience. Must have this many years of experience, and by experience I'm assuming they mean like work experience. You know, you need to have projects ready to go, and like.
And there's a divide of like there's jobs where you look at and it says entry level and it says it's an entry level job, you need 3 to 5 years experience, which is already fucking ridiculous. But then there's the job where I'm sure it's like yours, but you're looking at, but like from looking at mine, it's like, okay, well technically this says exactly what I can do. This is a media design, like a media design. What is that?
Degree.
Not degree. I'm trying to think it's a media design position. So basically, the idea for normal people that are in the media design thing is there's a group of 5 people, and then there's their boss. Their boss is the media design specialist or executive manager, whatever. And he goes, I just got done talking to Bill and Bill's construction company, and they want us to make a logo and a website for them. Mm-hmm. So then we have the website guy, and we have the fucking film guy. We have a whole bunch. We have a team of people that do media design. But like nowadays, it's the media design guy. So it's you have to go talk to Bill, and you have to do everything.
Yeah.
And while I literally could do that possibly. I don't think I don't have all qualifications. I can't build the website.
Yeah, not from the get-go.
Yeah.
Not from entry level.
Not from entry level. Like, I don't know this shit from off the top of my head.
Yeah.
And all they want, and then even when you look at their things, like, well, you need 3 to 5 years experience, and at the very least, you need to have a communications degree, which is like saying you need a fucking medical degree. Like, that is the most nebulous fucking thing in the world.
Yeah, and another thing is, like, when you see jobs that don't need a bachelor's degree, but they'll say required on it. Mm-hmm. So I don't know a specific example. It would be something like, I don't know, administrative assistant. Mm-hmm. The only technologies you need to know is Microsoft Word, maybe Microsoft Excel. Mm-hmm. Bachelor's degree required.
Yeah.
No reason why. Mm-hmm. Just it is.
Yeah.
It is just because, and like, I could probably do that job. Mm-hmm. You know, probably maybe immediately. Definitely after 2 weeks of training.
People fucking hate training nowadays. I think that's it.
Yeah, and it's a cost for employers. I get that. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, like, you don't need a bachelor's degree to update something or to print out some things or to...
Right.
Like, I don't know. Things aren't set up that well.
Mm-hmm. There's just like there's a weird thing, like, I know this is a weird, like, way to look at it, but, like, you watch older movies... where like a kid goes into like a place and he's like, hey, can I have a job? And like they talk to the guy and then they give him a job based off that. That might not have been ever how it worked, but I feel like that's at least more accurate to how it was, at least in some form of fashion, than how it is nowadays. Like if you fucking just wandered into a place that wasn't fucking McDonald's asking for a job, people would look at you like you have special needs.
And I think one of my favorites is like in the movies, like that's any college movie, because it's always a movie about them just having the time of their lives. Mm-hmm. Maybe they'll go to class sometimes in the movie.
Yeah.
They don't work.
No.
They don't work. Every college movie is just a movie about how rich kids go through college.
Yeah.
Whose parents pay it for them. And that is, I don't know, maybe it's common in the terms of like thousands of people doing it, but it's not common in the terms of our generation doing it.
Yeah. I think I've noticed it now, like it's been changing, but like once I started hitting like fucking college years and I started watching movies where it like 90% of the movie is just people going around and like they would have to spend money on this or that and be like, oh man, I broke my cell phone, I have to get a new cell phone. And like now I have to actually look at money. I go, how the fuck? I've been watching this guy for a fucking month of his life and he has not gone to fucking work once. How the fuck can he afford just to replace a cell phone? What the fuck does this guy do? Look at his apartment. This is immaculate. Yeah. What the fuck? And it's like there in the grand scheme of the movie, it doesn't matter what he does. The situation is he has money and he can do this stuff. Mm-hmm. But like the more I watch it, I'm just like, how the fuck does anybody afford to live anymore? Especially like how they do in these things.
Yeah, I wanted to like if you guys are watching this and you feel like you're on the low end and you're somehow making it work, feel free to share your story and how you do that, because for me, it kind of just boggles my mind how some people live in these areas, or like, these college situations, but real life, like they afford it, they do all the bills. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's fucking garbage.
Yeah, I'm thinking I could maybe make part-time work if I can do like $15 an hour. Mm-hmm. But that would be just affording bills and saving just a little. but it'd be surmisable. But I've been to how many? At least 5 or 6 interviews.
Yeah.
And those are the ones that offered me jobs, and they've all have been less than 14.
Mm-hmm.
$13.50 was the most. $10 was the least.
Mm-hmm.
And those are like, like one's like a personal care aide, and that's pretty close to what I do now.
Mm-hmm.
I figured that my degree would qualify me for a better wage. No, they just don't do that. Company policy.
Oh.
It's nuts.
Well, I mean, at least you have a job where a part-time job. Your part-time jobs will always pay more than my full-time jobs. Is the thing, because I am a cook.
Yeah.
I can cook things, guys.
Yeah.
You know that thing your grandma's done since she was fucking 4. That's my job.
That's why I try not to complain too much about my current position, because I know it's a good one. It's just it's not as satisfying as I'd hope it would be.
The thing is, people are like, there's a weird thing, and I think we're finally getting over it, but people are allowed to fucking complain about their life, because everybody has shit in their life.
Yeah, and like, I know there's a lot of people out there, and just need to man up, deal with it, go to work. Everybody hates work.
Yeah.
But if you have the capacity or the will to attempt to change it, then why not?
Mm-hmm.
Like, by the same coin, you should work hard to do things that make you happier, and not working hard is just as low as just sticking with the job that you hate.
Yeah, it's as bad to work hard enough to do a job that you fucking hate as it is to work hard to try to make something out of the nothing that you might have currently.
Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking. Worst case scenario, I'll just work full time and I'll go to school full time, and schedule will be crazy, but push through.
Yeah. Oh well, here's the worst thing that ever happened to me, and it was, it's the end of the school year. I have been throughout this year. I was an intern at the same time I was going to school part time. At the same time I had a slightly under full-time job, meaning like 30 hours. And then the job only pays like $10 an hour, so it's not great, but I get tips, so it's whatever. But then I find another job that's $15 an hour and it's full-time. So I was like, cool, I'll do that, and it's going towards the end of school, so I'll just do my part-time job and my full-time job. It'll be whatever. I already do a part-time school position. It'll be whatever. Little I know that the fucking full-time job is hot garbage and fucking hates you for working there. But my internship had to get extended by a week. Not like in a mean way, but they're like, "Hey, would you please do that?" And I go, "Yeah, I'll do that."
It's like an internship for film? Or...
No, it was at a radio. It was at a radio station. So now I'm at a part-time internship, a part-time job,
and a full-time.
And a full-time job, and I have the last 2 days of school. I didn't sleep for 3 days.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was rough because the job was overnight. Yeah. It's from 11 o'clock at night till 8 in the morning. So at 8 in the morning, I went to my part-time job. And as soon as my part-time job gets over, I go to my internship.
All those late-night D&D sessions are paying off.
Yeah, except for the part where I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll just go take a nap in my car for 40 minutes. So I went in the 100-degree heat and just slept in the back of my car for 10 minutes.
You gotta do what you gotta do, I guess.
Yeah. But millennials, the lazy generation, guys.
Yeah, totally.
Just remember that. Just keep that in your pocket.
Can't give them any breaks.
These guys wanting fucking livable wages and shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the more I go through adulthood, the more I value my sleep. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a baby or something, but if I don't get 7 hours at least, which I just get 7 hours now. Or 7 or 6. Mm-hmm. I used to try to get 8, but now I need to study, which is fine. But yeah, I need that sleep or else I'm dead. We've been playing D&D at a friend's house
just-
super late at night.
Yeah, it's just because like
Yeah, this is how our schedules
Yeah.
work out. It's just, we got to make it work somehow, and that's how it landed.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just
can't play that game anymore. I'm hitting right on the edge of not being able to do it anymore.
yeah.
Because I could do that whenever it was. I'd sleep the rest of the day or whatever, but now I have a baby, which
Yeah, he has a baby.
does not let. Oh yeah, that's an interesting thing that's happened since the last time. A little human being went down my wife's chute, and is now in the world. And the cool thing about that was they were like, yeah, well, we're doing these sonograms, and we're seeing, I don't even know if sonogram is the right word. I'm basically positive that's not. An ultrasound, whatever.
Yeah, same
they're looking
difference.
at the baby in here, and they're like, well, just so you know, it's going to come out a little short. It's going to be a little small baby. It's going to be a little bit small. Don't worry about it. It's going to be a little small. That little bastard is 9 pounds and 22 inches. That is how big 2-month-old babies are.
Man.
And he is currently 3 weeks old.
I think I came out a little bigger too.
Yeah.
If I remember, I don't. Well, I obviously don't remember.
Come out, I'm big!
Yeah, I've been looking into D&D monsters that have perfect memory lately, so maybe that's why I thought I would know that.
But if you're ever worried, if you're ever like, man, I just don't know, like, what if I don't love my baby or something like that? Don't worry. Mother Nature's got that shit covered, got that on lock. She's like, you know what? Just to make sure that when things have babies, we're gonna make sure they don't fucking leave them around and just like let them die. When you see your fucking baby, I'm gonna make you fucking love that baby like it's fucking anything. So like, I'm sitting there, I'm holding my wife's hand. She's sitting there going, hey, pushing this fucking baby out, and I'm like, oh man, here comes the baby. I'm gonna be so fucking, because the whole time, like the baby's coming, I'm like.
Life's changing.
Yeah, like I'm at a point where I'm like, I'm just now starting to do this whole YouTube thing. I want this to be a success. I want this to at least be a cool thing I can be like point to as like experience if I ever have to like apply for a job. I'm getting this kind of stuff like, and now this baby's gonna really fucking throw a wrench into it. Like that's a really shitty way to look at it, but like that's what my brain was doing.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, what if I'm gonna be a fucking asshole dad and not love this thing? That baby they pull that fucking baby out from there, and I go.
Oh shit. I need to make sure this thing doesn't die. I would fucking give my life for this thing. I've known it for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Like,
Some people do go the other way.
well,
It's a mental condition.
I guess so.
But
it fucking kicked that monkey part of my brain where it goes like, baby.
man.
So kids, what did we learn today? We learned to follow our dreams. We learned to kill
Work
white
hard.
people.
No.
Work hard, follow your dreams, be a baby, and have babies.
Don't kill anyone.
Well, it depends. If they cross you.
That's a cross.
Don't cross me, Trebek.
Did you say that you're gonna like kill me in the game
What?
next week?
Huh? Oh, why? That's up to you. Imagination. Well, tune in next week. We're going to have a great show, guys. And what are we going to do, James? What are we going to do next time?
Play some games, hang out with some friends, stuff like that.
We'll see you next time.